It is now my great pleasure to introduce some guests. I hinted at earlier that we're going to be forming a more, you guys come on up while I'm leading up to this introduction. Solomon, come on up here. Yeah, Katie, Dan. Hey. I first met Katie roughly 5 years ago. She and a group of people, a group of souls were coming out on Tuesday nights in the cold, in the wet, in the hot, and they were ministering. They were praying for people. They were giving. They were just loving on people in Hamilton who may be some of the least loved. And so when I first showed up that first night and I saw this young passionate woman, and the first thing that occurred to me was she's young enough to be my daughter, and it turns out she is. She has such a passion for the lost. And it wasn't long after that I met this gentle giant here, Daniel, and right away, my son's name's Daniel, so I felt a connection. And he shared that passion for reaching out to the lost people of our city. And so I've been a part of that with them over the last number of years. And then this past Christmas, this gentleman, this on fire preacher in a Santa suit shows up and joins our group, and he takes the idea of sharing the gospel to another level that we had not experienced prior to Solomon coming. I had the great pleasure of being with him at the Grey Cup this year. He brought a big team down, and they were ministering to all these people that showed up for the football game. And then he was up in, if you were watching stuff that was unfolding in Ottawa, you might have seen him because he was there the whole time and just getting the gospel out there. So it is my great pleasure to tell you that we're going to partner together with this group that's going out on Tuesdays, and we're going to have a meeting here at HCF this Sunday. So tonight. Oh, okay. The guy introducing ought to know when we're starting. Next Sunday. I got here on time, though, and congratulations everybody else who got here on time. Starting next Sunday at, do we know? 6 o'clock next Sunday, we are going to be having just like revival meet. Like we just want to pray, we want to worship, and just see what God's doing. So this is something that's open to all of our family at HCF. It's open to the wider community. We're just getting that out to you today because we want you to know that there's lots of exciting things, but this is another new exciting thing happening in our community. And I'm going to give Katie the mic.
Can we just shout Jesus? Say Jesus! Say Jesus! Say Jesus! Now let's say something else. Say Canada shall be saved. Let's go. Canada shall be saved. One more time. Canada shall be saved. One more time. Canada shall be saved. I got good news for you guys. I want to honor the pastors here. Thank you guys here for opening up your home, the church to us. It means a lot. We appreciate you guys so much. The good news is Canada is being saved right now. Canada is being saved right now. We saw what God did in Ottawa a few weeks ago. If you were praying along with those who were there evangelizing, we were all collaborating together. So many people got to hear about Jesus. Now, something in my heart is, something in our heart, Canada has a population of 38.1 million people. When I drive down the highway to Hamilton every time, I see the population of this great city, 538,000 people. Now, every time I asked myself this question: how many of those 38.1 million people are saved? How many of the 538,000 people are saved? I know Canada's being saved right now, but we get to be a part of that in the city. 1857, how many of you heard about Phoebe Palmer? 1857, in a place close by to this place, revival hit the city. It was radical. It was on fire. Many people got caught on fire for Jesus. 1857. Sometime later in Toronto, we know about the Toronto Bless and Catch the Fire revival. And there's been so many prophetic words about revival coming back to this great city again by people like Kenneth Copeland, people like Bill Prankard. We are in the midst of a move of God. And I feel like for so long, we've been waiting for a move of God. God says, you can be a move of God. In this strategic time we're in, I was talking to Bill Prankett recently. 50 years ago in a Catherine Coomer event, he saw a vision of Canada and revival and Ottawa being shaken by the power of God. We got to see that recently. And when I was in Ottawa, I felt the Holy Spirit said to my heart, overflow. I got that word, overflow. Literally, revival has hit our nation. I know what's happening in Ukraine right now, in Russia. It's a bit distracting. We got to pray for the people of Ukraine. We got to pray for the people of Russia. We got to pray that many people now will be saved. We got to pray for the United States and pray for Canada. I feel like right now, God is still in the business of plundering hell to populate heaven. The simple vision of Sunday night, I was talking to Katie and Daniel, who are on fire for Jesus through Love on Hamilton. I lead a ministry called Go Tell All. We literally want to be about the Great Commission. And I was like, you know what? I think in this city, they've been plowing the ground in this city for a long time through Love Hamilton. And Mike, you saw what God did in the Grey Cup. You know what happened in that Grey Cup finals. And we just felt like, you know what? We've got to be intentional. It's one thing I want to see revival. It's another thing to be a revival carrier, to be intentional. So many people in Canada, imagine 538,000 people in Hamilton being awakened to the reality of who God is. So the idea is, starting Sunday, we want to be intentional and we want to plow this ground for Jesus. We want to see Hamilton shaken by the power of God. We want to see so many people saved. This is why we say, Canada shall be saved. So thank you for your prayers. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. We're so excited. And it's a collaboration. Everyone is a part of this. We're all learning together. We're growing together. And the Holy Spirit, who's the greatest evangelist, the Holy Spirit, who's the one pioneering this movement, we get to walk with him. We get to grow together. But imagine this community. Imagine this community gets touched by the power of God. God bless you guys. Keep praying for us.
Great. Thank you. That's great. We're going to turn it back to Lisa.
Wow. Now I'm fired up. How about you?